But first, new details in campaign 2014. The two Republican candidates for Rhode Island governor squared off tonight in our final debate before next week's primary.
Ken Block and Alan Fung attacked each other on everything from taxes to each other's conservative credentials. We have in-depth team coverage tonight, including reaction on who emerged in front from debate moderator Tim White.
But first, we go to Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with a recap of tonight's debate.
We saw less fireworks than in the past between these two candidates, but also a steady stream of conservative banter.
Here we go again.
Alan Fung came right out and said it.
He's not a real Republican. He's more of a political opportunist.
Block took a swing at the state's most conservative with this claim.
Alan backed full amnesty for illegal immigrants. That was about, what, 8 years ago, Alan?
Talk about, lies and half-truths. I have never taken a position to support amnesty. The Immigration Workers' Freedom Ride was urging for federal reform.
They agreed illegal immigrants should not be allowed to get Rhode Island driver's licenses. Also agreed that making Rhode Island a right-to-work state would help the economy.
Backtracking.
They squabbled over how to balance the state's budget. Fung continues to push for a $200 million tax cut.
Alan's plan is a full $70 million short. It's profoundly wrong.
Can you make the cuts when in reality the Speaker of the House controls the purse strings?
Absolutely. We've done the same thing in the city of Cranston, where we have an A rating now. The negative outlooks have been lifted.
Regarding Fung's claim that Block is not capable of reading municipal budgets, let alone running a state, Block countered by saying he's an expert on eliminating government waste and fraud.
I found $1 billion of waste and fraud in Texas in just one spending program. I've worked with large state governments. I have done government contracting.
And following what has been a very bitter campaign at times, both candidates say they will support the other in the general election. With the Target 12 investigators in Providence, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Tonight's debate comes exactly 1 week before the primary. The winner will look to become the first Republican to win the governor's seat since 2006.
And tonight, we get insight on who has the lead in this race from our Eyewitness News political analyst. Target 12 investigator and debate moderator Tim White has in-depth coverage now from the Providence Mobile Newsroom and the Providence Performing Arts Center.
From the beginning, the tone in the Republican campaign for governor has been negative, and tonight's debate was no different.
We mean business. And
debates in the Republican race for governor carry a lot of weight, according to Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming, because there is traditionally low voter turnout in a GOP primary.
Obviously, you're talking to a small number of voters in the state, so you want to make a strong impression with them. This may be their last chance to really get their message across.
Fleming says neither candidate hurt themselves in the debate.
I think they were both better than they were in the first debate. I think Ken Block was more aggressive early on in the debate.
You put it forward as a very different idea than what the reality was right now.
I think Alan Fung defended himself quite well, but I think it allowed Ken Block to sort of dictate the tone of the debate early on by putting Alan on the defensive.
Here we go again about, who's really telling the truth about this issue.
Fleming says the tone of the debate has matched the tone of the campaign.
Going back many, many years, I haven't seen a Republican primary for governor, at least, get so negative. That may be a thing that gets voters more excited on the Republican side to come out and vote, but that remains to be seen, or it could hurt the candidates come November.
Fleming says that's because the comments made in tonight's debate throughout the campaign to appeal to Republican voters could hurt either of the candidates in the general election when the Democratic turnout is higher. With the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News and WPRI.com are your local sources for campaign 2014 coverage. 1 week from tonight, we'll have the most complete coverage of primary night in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. We'll be bringing you live updates throughout the night after the polls close, including election results, analysis, and reaction from the winners and losers.